Hello everyone, welcome to my The Real Housewives of Atlanta official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In a hilarious Christmas episode of Being Bobby Brown, the contentious marriage and Brown's attorney, Phaedra Parks, were highlighted. The one-season reality series Being Bobby Brown, which followed Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston, was both contentious and well-liked. Bobby was represented by Phaedra Parks, who would go on to become well-known from The Real Housewives of Atlanta during his legal issues. The Brown family's Christmas special offered an insight into their tumultuous and unusual existence, despite their turbulent conclusion. Bravo debuted a show in the early aughts of reality television that might have permanently altered the network. The 2005 television series Being Bobby Brown had a one-season run. For viewers, the show presented an all-too-real picture, and Bobby was not afraid to discuss his legal issues. Bobby Brown was preoccupied with several court cases at the start of the series' production. The first episode, which followed him while he waited for his wife Whitney Houston to pick him up, was taped the day he was released from a brief time in prison. After considering his legal problems, some trial video is finally shown. It's there that Phaedra Parks, a future RHOA favorite, appears with Bobby on his legal team. Bobby's attorney during the time Phaedra was a mainstay of Bravo. She represented him in numerous cases. Before Whitney declined to return, Bravo requested a Christmas special for the final episode of Being Bobby Brown. The Christmas party they chose to organize at their house at the last minute is the reason for the commotion in the episode. Bobby and Whitney begin the episode looking for a puppy to give to their now-deceased daughter Bobby Christina as a gift. Phaedra arrives early as they are getting ready for the celebration, hanging out with Bobby's family and sharing giggles at his pranks with them. The turbulent relationship between Bobby and Whitney contributed to the series' extreme popularity and controversy. Given Bobby's legal issues and the public drug problems they both faced, many people saw the broadcast as more exploitative than educational. There were several scenes that became viral on reality TV, and Whitney refused to come back because of how awful they looked. As a result, the show was cancelled. Bravo was able to get them to record a Christmas special prior to its cancellation, so viewers had one more chance to watch the inner workings of the Brown home. The Christmas special evoked sentimental feelings despite the controversies surrounding the brief series. Naturally, Bobby's typical goofiness was mixed in with those warm and fuzzy feelings. In a humorous moment, Bobby tells the camera straight out that Santa isn't real because he's tired of Santa taking all the credit. In order to prevent him from spoiling Christmas for any children who might watch the show, Bobby Christina begs him to stop. This show gave us a chance to witness these celebrities at their happiest and most at ease. Even Phaedra, who later gained notoriety for her actions on RHOA, was still reluctant to cause trouble. She was a guest, just like everyone else. All the family members were having a great time. They had fun, prayed over the food, and sang around the piano. Witnessing this seemingly ordinary occasion for them all feels like an invitation to join not only their life, but also their larger family. Being aware of what was ahead for the family was both lovely and depressing. Whether or not the world liked the bad boy of R&B and America's princess together, the Houston Browns were a normal family, despite some of the train disaster of it all. Bobby Brown claims Phaedra Parks wasn't as interested in being his attorney as she was in fame following the Christmas special. The Brown family's situation did not improve. In 2007, Whitney filed for divorce. Whitney passed away unexpectedly in 2012, 5 years later. Bobby Christina, their only child together, passed away at the age of 22, 3 years after her mother's death. Bobby disclosed more about his ongoing legal issues in 2017. Bobby's autobiography, Every Little Step, was published in that year. In the memoir, he makes reference to Phaedra, writing, "A black woman named Phaedra Parks was my lawyer at the time." She later became a reality television star on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I wasn't surprised by her later success on television because she always gave off the impression of wanting attention and recognition. In addition, he said that she wasn't a very competent attorney because, after she represented him in multiple cases, he nearly always ended himself in jail. In the book, he expressed his dislike for the several cameras that were present throughout his court appearances and asked Phaedra to remove them, but that request was never fulfilled. Bobby thinks Phaedra wanted the cameras in the courtroom so she could follow her dream of being a famous person. And it appears that her strategies were successful since in 2011, barely 6 years after the filming of Being Bobby Brown, she became a cast member of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Despite its tragic conclusion, Being Bobby Brown had a huge influence on reality TV. It's easy to argue that it set the groundwork for the Real Housewives franchise, which serves as Bravo's cornerstone. Unlike other Bravo series, Being Bobby Brown episodes are not streamable on Peacock. However, you may view them on YouTube. Peacock offers RHOA streaming for every season. On Sunday's episode, the Real Housewives of Atlanta group received some surprising news. In July of last year, Sherry Whitfield's son Caro, 27, and his girlfriend Alina Baber welcomed their granddaughter Mecca Joy Whitfield into the world with a Sip and See event. However, the joyous atmosphere changed when Bob Whitfield, Sherry's ex-husband, stood for a picture with an unidentified woman. Sherry's co-workers Sanya Richards-Ross, Kenya Moore, and Candy Burris conjectured as they watched the event, asking if the mysterious woman was a new girlfriend or an unidentified sister. They even questioned if she was another daughter we don't know about. Sherry, 53, responded that she didn't know when Candy, 47, questioned her about the woman. Then she requested that Bob, 51, present her to the woman Candice. Bob called Candice his daughter, which startled Sherry. Sherry Whitfield applauds her ex Bob Whitfield on his engagement with her granddaughter Mecca at Sip and See with access only. Bob married Sherry in 2000, and they had a young daughter who appeared to be in her 20s. They were wed for 7 years. So Bob claimed to have 2 children before we were married. In a confessional, Sherry claimed, "We then had 2 more kids." So 26 years later, come to find out, he has 3 kids before our marriage. Kenya, 52, disclosed in an additional confessional that she actually met Bob when he was cheating on Sherry with a friend of mine, and I didn't know he was married to Sherry. We got a lot of reveals going on tonight. Meet my daughter, that you didn't know anything about. In her own confessional, Cynthia Bailey joked, "Where's the cake?" Bob was questioned by the RHOA women on why he hadn't told Sherry about this secret daughter. "We were on a need-to-know basis back then," stated Bob. "But you were married to her," Kenya answered. "Bob, at the baby reveal, you decide to reveal another baby." As Candy inquired, Bob made a jest. "I thought it was apropos." Candice, Bob continued, started coming around later in life. Upon Candy's questioning about Sherry's knowledge of Candice, Sherry responded angrily, "I didn't know it was going to be Bob's inquisition." "Well, how you thought you was gonna just drop this type of surprise and we wasn't gonna have no questions," replied Candy. Bob said, "Wait till I bring the twins," merely to increase the shock factor. However, he later said, "I'm just kidding," after pausing for a moment. So what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.